I don't know if it's the post-COVID world or all the bipartisan stuff that seems to fill up everyone's social feeds, but there seems to be an appetite today for marketing and copywriting that makes you feel better about life. So today, I'm going to introduce you to a copywriting framework you can use to tap into what people want. First things first, what is a copywriting framework? Basically, it's a way to make sure you never start your copywriting work with a blank page. A copywriting framework helps you lay out your argument or your messages. This is your tutorial of the week. To use it, block 30 minutes in your calendar to watch it. It does not have to be today. Invite your team to join you, watch it together, create action items, and do the work I show you. Open the right tool for the job, like your CMS, right now, and let's get going. The framework you're going to use today, ideally to knock out some email you've been putting off writing, is called DOS. That is DOS. Desire, obstacle, solution. Hook your prospect with what they desire or most want. Then lightly discuss the obstacles getting in the way of their desire, and finally express the solution, how to get those obstacles out of the way. Let me show you how. Okay, so it goes desire, obstacle, solution, as we know. Now, I want to compare that to one of the frameworks that we talk about a lot, which is problem, agitation, solution, because I think it will help in understanding how DOS works. So this is an example of an email that was written using PAS. It goes like this. This part is problem. So we have problem, agitation, solution. That's the one that we're comparing it to. The problem is everything in red. So the whole email opens up with setting up this problem. I'll read it to you. It goes, as you'll see in today's free video, there's someone getting in the way of your copy making a single conversion. Then we have a GIF from Schitt's Creek. Is it me? No, it's not you. You're not stopping your copy from making a single sale. Nope, there's someone else out there building a brick wall between that Google Doc you filled with smart homepage copy and all those website visitors who will never ever see that copy. Someone who doesn't like what you wrote. They do not like it, not one bit, no matter how much you try to convince them that it's hitting the right persuasion notes or that it's based on voice of customer data or that it differentiates the brand in the market or whatever you said when they stopped listening 17 seconds after you hit share screen. That someone is the CMO. The CMO is your copy's enemy. And then, of course, Patrick reacts to that as well. So that's the problem that we're setting up when we use problem, agitation, solution. It might feel like, wait, that wasn't agitation? No, that was just establishing the problem. The CMO is your copy's enemy. If we were to open with the CMO as your copy's enemy, not a lot of people would be down with that. But so we have to establish the problem, right? That makes good sense. Then we have to agitate the problem. So really help me understand what you mean by like the CMO is my copy's enemy. What are you talking about? And then we go through and talk to them about what that really looks like. Not some cruel, fictional devil wears Prada sort of CMO, et cetera, et cetera. So we go through that, we agitate it, and then we get into the solution. And the solution is in green here, while these are both in red intentionally, because problem and agitation both make you feel the problem, right? Like you're really intended to feel something, and red is a good way to illustrate that, whereas green is like, yay, we have a solution. That's a good thing. Now compare that to an email that's written using DOS. Okay, that's where we have the desire, the obstacle that's keeping them from achieving that desire, and then the solution. So we'll see more green in this case. In this new video, I'm going to show you another technique you can use today to write copy people love, the kind of copy people talk about, like when you land on a website for a product you think is cool, only to have your happiness doubled by the coolness of that website's copy. That kind of copy, that's what you want. Okay, so we're setting up the desire. Yes, I want that. I agree with you, Joe. This is what I want. Help me get there. I want to get there. But why am I not getting there is the question. So we have all of this green where it says at the end of it, at the end of this desire establishment section. Point is, not only does it feel kind of pro to write copy that turns your brand into the brand other brands want to be, but copy that people go gaga for is also good for conversions. As in, it's easier to grow when people go all hard eyes over how your brand sounds. Great. that's the desire. Now, what's keeping me from that? What's keeping me from that is I'm worried that I have to overhaul my brand. I'm worried that I have to go look at all my competitors' sites and try to make my website copy out of theirs. I'm worried that none of it's going to work because my headlines are just like way too clever. So that's where we're saying what the obstacle is that's getting in their way, and then we have the solution. Now, really, basically, we can see here that we had more green than we do red on this. And that's an important note, because what we've seen is, although PAS continues to work, desire, perhaps it's like a post-COVID, all the drama, all this, like the anxiety that most of us feel on a daily basis, thanks to everything that's being shouted at us all the time. We want to see more green. We want to see less red, more green. Now, the red is still important. It's still important to have this, because without this, I don't think I have a problem on my hands. And I only want to solve problems. I don't choose solutions without understanding that I have a problem it's going to solve. So we need to help them feel that thing that's been keeping them from the outcome they're looking for. So we have that. It's not a big part, but it is included in this DOS framework. It's just there's going to be a lot more green. So this is the framework to use. What do I want? What's getting in my way? And then the solution is your offer or your category. Heavy on making them really feel that desire, and then move quickly through the obstacles that are getting in their way toward them feeling really good about, you don't even have to dig into your offer or like the category of solution that you provide. You can, just like I've done in the email that I showed you, you can just quickly push them over to a landing page or a blog post or whatever that thing is you're trying to drive them to, a video, etc. That is where you can express that solution to what they've been struggling with. Or you can do it in the email or the original copy itself. If you like the idea of frameworks, we teach more of them inside our programs, including 10x emails, 10x sales pages, and 10x landing pages. So be sure to check those out. My favorite framework has long been PAS, which goes problem, agitation, solution. But I'm finding myself using DOS more and more these days, possibly because I'm as burned out on anything that feels remotely unhappy as the next person is. A time will come for PAS, but for now, I recommend you try using DOS as your go-to persuasion framework. In fact, that is your task for today. Your task now is to use DOS to write an email you've been putting off writing, or to rewrite an email that isn't performing as well as it should, like an abandoned cart email, or a trial activation email, or a demo show up email. Follow everything I showed you in the over-the-shoulder tutorial, and be sure to hit send or schedule on that email when you're done. Then see how it performs in the wild with real live people. If you loved this and want to totally conquer the world of email, you need 10x Emails, our popular program on planning and writing emails that get results. It is packed with templates and frameworks and bonuses. So join the thousands of marketers and copywriters around the world who've used 10x Emails to plan, write, and optimize sales emails, onboarding emails, and even triggered emails.